Srujan, can you mute your PC? Okay, all right. So the topic, okay, this is better now. So the topic for today's webinar is periodicals module. Again, I'm hearing echo. Sorry, just a minute, folks. Testing, testing. I'm able to hear a lot of echo. Okay, let's get started anyway. So the periodicals module is one of the most important modules in the Easylib software. Again, I'm hearing a lot of echo. Sorry, somebody is not on the mute.
So everyone are in the mute, sir, except
But
you.
I'm hearing a lot of echo. One moment, I'll see if I can change the PC. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Okay,
Yes,
good.
it's audible. Yes, it is audible.
Okay, I have put my own speaker on mute so that I can't hear the echo. So Srujan, could you just keep watching the messages? Okay, all right. So where we are, periodicals module, right? Just the way you have the books, non-books, and all that. Periodicals is one of the most important collections in the library. So in this section, we are going to cover the types of the periodicals, table of contents, sources of table of contents, and we'll go into the demo of Easylib. Here we are going to go two demos. One is the Easylib 4.4 briefly, and we'll go to the Easylib 6.2 in detail. Okay, so now one question, right? So a lot of times we use a journal, periodical, magazines interchangeably. The primary difference between these is that when we say journal, it is mostly a scholarly journal, which is peer reviewed and published. And on the other hand, a regular magazine is primarily gets a lot of articles, and the editor is the one who reviews and then decides whether to publish or not. Then the next category is newspapers. The college newsletters is another thing actually. So many times the college newsletters do not get cataloged in the library system. So probably this is another thing that definitely need to be cataloged. So the last one is that the articles published by your faculty, they could be published in multiple journals worldwide. So definitely it's in good your interest to make sure that you get those journal copies, because author is authorized to get the journal copies and catalog in your system. Okay. So whereas these are all the physical journals, then there is the equally important or even more important thing is related to the electronic journals. We'll go into that as well. Okay. So, journal process, right? There are two things that we see in journal processing in the libraries. How this knowledge we are sharing, basically, as of now, Easylib has about 580 customers worldwide. About 80% of them are in Karnataka. Rest 20% are spread in other parts of India, as well in about 7 countries. So when we speak to a lot of librarians, right, we get to hear how they are managing the library, what are the difficulties they are facing, what improvements that they would like to see in the software, and so on. So the first, the primary activity, if we can divide into two parts, one is the administrative activity, and the other one is the academic activity. Okay, let's see what's an administrative activity. That's related to requesting a journal. A professor can come and say, okay, I need this journal. Can you please procure it? So what you are going to do, you take all that request, collate that, and I did try to identify a vendor. You'll talk to 3 or 4 vendors, see if they supply, and work with them. The negotiate the price, the entire thing, right? So that's a part of this administrative setup or the activities wherein you identify a vendor, place the order for a journal, and then sometime you make the full payment. Sometime you agree for a partial payment as well. Okay, then you get the receivables. You track, okay, this is one particular journal, how many copies I should be getting every month. Let's say this is the monthly journal, I should get one journal copy, and have I been getting or not. So that is all part of the generate receivables and tracking. So I'll show you how you can generate the series of the receivables in Easylib. If it is a monthly periodical, right, you should get 12 in a year. So Easylib software helps you generate those upfront. Okay, then track what has come, what has not come. So you want to generate the reminders to the vendors. Okay, so then if the vendor has not supplied certain journals, you have the option either to ask for a refund or not pay the amount that you have not paid so far, or ask them to supply the replacement for the or the journals that have not been received so far. Okay, replacement or supply them at least. The next step is the renewal, where you take the previous year's one, you renew the journal for the next year. So this is all part of the administrative activities. Now coming to the academic activities, the administrative activities, right? The professors, for them, there is only one question that, okay, have I got this journal or not got? That's all. But the rest of the part, right, related to academic activities, wherein you need to make sure that that's available in OPAC. So that process may be in administrative, but ability to see that in OPAC, right? That's what the professors would want. Then second thing that you want to do is, as soon as a journal copy comes, see if you can send a new arrival alert saying that, okay, this week we have got this journal 1, 2, 3, this is the volume, this is the issue, and so on. Okay, that's something that the professors can really appreciate. So there is a current awareness service, or the SDI, that's a selective dissemination of information you run. Okay. Then next one is, what is inside the journal? That is one very, very, very important. Okay, let's see. This is a particular book. Let's assume, let's say this is a journal. Okay, this journal has got 8 or 10 articles over here. So now, as an end user, if I put certain question, can the software go and tell me which of the journal has got that, which of the volume issue of that particular journal has got that particular article? That whole process is called journal indexing. We'll go more into that. There are some ready-made indexes, then there are some indexes, some indices you need to build. Okay. Then the next one is linking the physical journals to the electronic journals, because, right, this is the old one physical copy, but there could be an electronic copy of that. Let's see how to link as well. Then the table of contents, how do we link it? Then reviewing the journal usage, because you are spending thousands of rupees every year on a journal. Okay, and have you been utilizing it well? So that's a part of this journal usage review. Then of course the feedback to the administration. So all of these, right, this is like a academic activity, administrative activity, academic activity. So the smoother the administrative active process is there, activity process there, the more time you can spend on the academic activities. So the administrative activity, you want to spend the least amount of time. So the software should be really powerful to make your job easy. That way, you can focus on sending the new arrival alerts. You can focus on sending this, talking to them, asking their interest level, documenting them, and then build that automatic routine, or the send the regular information, and so on. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. So this red color I had put, right, journal indexing. So journal indexing basically is related to finding what is inside the journal. Okay, why it is so important, right? Because this particular journal, let's say this journal is Journal of Change Management. Okay, this journal, if I want to know what is there, there are certain players like Scope, Web of Science, the Dimensions is another one. Okay, then the JGate. All of these have already put effort to index the journals as they get published every month. Okay, as they get published every month, every week, some of them have got thousands or millions of um, uh, issues which are indexed over there, and the number of records can be in crores. Okay, so that way, if you go and search on a certain topic, it will tell you which journal, which volume has got that. So that's all the journal indexing, ready-made indexes. Now, if we have, see, when it comes to the science, technology, medicine, these are there. But on the other hand, in the humanities, arts, right, so there may not be enough journals which are already indexed. So at that time, you want to do the indexing over here. So what you want to do, we will go over that, how Easylib can help you index your own journals. Okay, then there are other sources also where it's a mix of the journals as well as the in the contents in that. One is the most popular one, the Directory of Open Access Journals. Then there is the website journaltoc.ac.uk. I'll straight away go over there. It's so important. And when you go there, you will be able to see. Okay, so all right, let me open that directly in the browser. Okay, so this journal, right? This journal TOC gives information of which of the journals have got what articles. Or other source of information is that, right? If this journal is a leading change management journal, you go and Google, find out what is the site for this particular journal, and in that you go, okay, what are the articles published? Okay, then either you can index it back into your installation of Easylib software, or otherwise continue to refer from the site itself. So this is the journals. Why I'm specifically telling about this indexing part, right? Whereas the at one level, you get your community know about the journal name and volumes, issues and all that. The second part is what is inside. So that's why it's so important. Okay, let's move on. Okay. So um, how do we log into the journals, right? So this is a part of the Easylib login. So let's go over here. I see that there are total 64 participants. So happy to see many of you over here. And I see there are a few people who have been regular attendees to the webinar. Thank you so much. And many new attendees as well. That's very good to see many of you. Let me open this particular page. Let's say I'll open demo.easylib.net. I'm going to open in two windows. One window I'm going to open as a library user. Another one I'm going to open it as a library staff. Okay, and on the other window, let me open it as I think I am already logged in as library staff. Let me log out and log in again. Okay. Okay, so as soon as you log into Easylib, right, this is what you see. On window, I am going to log in as my user ID as a library staff, right? And on the other side, I'm going to log in as one of the users. Staff. Okay. All right. So this is the primary difference between this and that other login, right? When I'm logging as a library staff, I see this four. Menu is there, my name is displayed, support window and logout. And when the students log in, they'll see only their name and logout. That's all. So some basics. So what I'm showing is the complete demo of Easylib application, which is our test environment. We have tried to load on this instance, there is something like 1.5 lakh collection is there. So it's a decent size library that you can see. The speed with which we know what will come on this page is a reflection of what you will see at your place. And if the database happens to be smaller, it could be much faster as well. Just on the testing that we have tested Easylib software by loading data of about 9 lakh records and creating about 8 branch libraries. Okay, so basically, what is a branch library? We did have a webinar on Union Catalog 2 days back. We had about 75 participants. In that, we covered how do you form a union catalog. What's a union catalog? You combine the catalog of the nearby libraries. If you happen to be one university, all the university libraries, you can form a union catalog, or you can form a union catalog of the libraries within your geography of 8 or 10 kilometers, right? So this is important because, in addition to becoming a member to a national the union catalog, it's better if you have the union catalog at a local level, so that students are able to borrow the books from the nearby libraries as well, and that can be instantaneous. On the same day they can borrow. Okay, so going don't want to spend too much time in this session, but definitely Priya is going to publish the details of when is that union catalog next webinar is going to be held. The second is the branch one. Okay, if you are a large library and you want to establish a few branches, let's say medical college library, you have a one main branch, then another small library in the reading room itself, and there could be a branch in hospital one, another in hospital two, like that. These are all the branches of the main library itself. So two concepts. Okay. Now coming back to the Easylib main application, this is how the user will see over here. So now what we'll do is we'll probably start this how the users see. Okay, with respect to the periodicals alone, this is the today's focus, right? And if they want to see the books, they can search, they can click a, this is the book series listed and all that. But for now we'll skip that, and then you can attend the webinar on Easylib OPAC itself, which is about 1.5 hours hour to go over how this entire OPAC looks, how the users see, and what kind of searches they can perform, as well as the library staff, how they can get it, how they can modify. Okay, now with respect to the periodicals, right? I think Parvati is sharing, so let me go back and share my own document. Otherwise, you will not be able to see that. Yeah, if possible, see if you can disconnect everybody from presenting it. Disconnect, or rather prevent everybody from sharing it if possible. Anyway, otherwise I'm sharing it right now. Can somebody raise your hand if you are able to see this screen, Srujan?
It is visible. It's visible.
You're saying yes, right? Okay,
Yes.
good. Thank you. So, all right. So I'm presenting here. So let me go back to the main screen. So this was the OPAC. So Mr. This is my login. So let me go back to this gentleman's login, Prasanna, right? Prasanna, Sripad. Sripad is logged in here. So this is a list of all books. When he wants to see what journal the library has subscribed, he can just simply click on P button over here. This is the periodicals. All these are the periodicals that the library has subscribed to, the journals periodical. So if you want to see what all the periodicals, give me only monthly periodicals, he can just go over here and choose the periodicity. Choose periodicity, and you just put monthly over here. All the periodicals of the monthly are displayed. There is one more enhancement coming up over here. You can also choose only the branch. Okay, if you have the branch concept, you can choose, okay, which branch has subscribed. You can see that as well. So you can also search by, let's say, periodical title. There are hundreds of journals, right? If you want to search by, let's say, management, are there any periodicals? Just click on it. It will go and tell you, okay, these are the management related periodicals. Or you can simply go to this one, or I'll clear it, and the names beginning with K, L, M, or J, journal of so and so and all that. Okay. So the next is the last one. What you are seeing is here. This is the URL. So each journal, now it has come up with its own website, right? So that journal access can be accessed over here. Agricultural tools and data journal. So let's say voiceanddata.com, something like that, American machinist. So this is the apparelreview.com. I just click on it. It will go to that particular apparel review journal over here. So now, okay, so they have made it hello world over here. So let's see here. So probably that journal is no longer valid. It could be a possibility. At that time, what you can do is you can take it and make it as currently not subscribed. Okay, that you can do because you already have this. So you do have some copies of this journal. But when I go over here, this website is no longer valid, right? So in that case, what you can say is I just simply remove this link over here. So it will not even go by mistake as well. Otherwise, you can go to textile journal. I just click on it. It will go to that particular journal. Okay, hopefully this will come up with the real data. So now, when I was talking about the table of intent contents, right? You can go here, choose what is the table of content for this particular current issue. Okay, so you can go here, take a snapshot of this. Okay, in I'm using the right now the Mac. If you happen to use Mac, you can press Control this one. The screenshot is saved. You can see the screenshot at the bottom here. That you attach to the journal as a attachment, or otherwise in the ebook you can put it. Okay. Alternatively, you just link this, you store this, and then put it into the linking here itself, so that they are able to go to that particular journal issue. Okay, so now additional searches provided here are the periodical type, whether it's a national, international, or regional one. Call number, search, subject you can search, editor. So this is a really in-depth over here. As we speak, there are quite a few enhancements are also coming up. One of the journal index, one of the things that we are working on is when you are entering a journal, you put ISSN, it should go and get all the details like who is the what is the journal name, who is the publisher, what is the periodicity, and all that thing. That part we have already done for the books. When you want to catalog the books, right, you can just go to the accession register screen here. I don't want to take too much time, but I'm just telling you what's going to come in the accession register. You go and you just put the ISBN of that particular book and click it. It will go and get the data from Google Union Catalog and bring it and show you. Then you can just simply add, modify, whatever you want to, you can do. So that feature is going to come in periodicals also. Okay, now okay, so this one, those who saw this, this is the, by the way, 4.4 version of Easylib. I'll show you in a while. Okay. So now we were here, right? So let me go back to the OPAC. Here we saw editor, publisher. You can pretty much search by a lot of these things. And there is one more, show hide columns. Okay. If you don't want to see all, there's one more feature coming up over here. That's the export button. And you know, right now it's not there, right? So if you think that it's required, what you can do, whenever you are logged into this, okay. So, okay, let me close to the another window over here. So let me close some of these non-used applications. Here, sorry, I lost where I was just trying to close something. So, okay. So now we are on this page. We want an export button. Right now it's not there. Right? In the inside, something is there already. Okay. Now as a student, he cannot export. Okay. But if you think that students also require export button so that, you know, they can share with their friends saying that, hey, if you want to look at our library has got these all books on this particular topic. Okay. Textile related ones. If I want to know, you know, what are the our management we were searching, right? Management. These are the journals that we are seeing, and I want to share it with my friends. If you think that that is a worth enhancement, what you can do when you are logged in as a librarian, just click on support. Okay, and you see this. There you go here, periodicals, provide export on PR list in OPAC itself. Okay, inside there is a report. I'll show you that how to take that report. Okay, when as a librarian, but as a student itself, if you think that this is a worth enhancement, you just put it over here. This is an enhancement. You say that okay, this is Easylib 6.2, and mention it as a periodicals module and submit it. Automatically it will go into Easylib queue over here. As we speak, we have got something like even though the Easylib application is fairly mature and already about 60 plus customers are using this version what I am showing over here, this version 60 plus, and the older version, this portion, right, this one I was showing. So this is in use by about nearly more than 500 customers. So let me make it stretch, you know, this screen. So it's used by more than 500. So even though this is a fairly mature, but there is no end to the improvement, right? And there is nothing like a perfect software, because by the time you reach something like 90% of what you wanted to do, that 100% of what is the goal, right? That itself will become more, because you want to add another 20%, 20 more functionality. So you kept a goal as 100, you did till 90, then 20 more got added. So instead of 90%, you are now at 75%. And by the time again you reach 90, then again it will go to some more changes. Let's say you complete all the 120, but by that time another 30 more got added, so it's like now you're again 80%. So that's the reason what we have made is, we have made it as simple as possible for users to recommend the changes. It could be the production issues that you are having, you can report. It could be the help that you require, or it could be the new enhancements. Okay, so a lot of these enhancements came up during the conversation with the customers. 61 of them are already completed enhancement, 34 enhancements. What are the new things that have come? Current branch, home branch, that was one thing. Tooltip, that was another enhancement. Database data, something. A lot of enhancements are already done. Okay, now going back to Mr. Sripath's login, right? So we saw that how to search. Now let me go here. What is the time now? 2:27. Okay, we are on time. So this periodicals, we saw all these things. Now let's go to digital periodicals. Okay, digital subscription. So now what we have done in Easylib is that, rather than you having to use one software for physical library management, another for digital library, we have combined everything. With one Easylib software, you get the complete management of the library operations over here. If you see here, right, the menu of Easylib starts, if I click on the menu, it starts from acquisitions, barcode, branch management, catalog, circulation, communication. All this you can keep going over here. It's a pretty exhaustive thing, but at the same time continuously enhanced because of the inputs from you as well as our own research. So those who want to look at our brochures and the complete one, just go to our Easylib soft website and see. Okay, all right. Now these are all your digital subscriptions that you have made. Nowadays, most of the journals are coming up with something like, if you subscribe to only physical copy of the journal, the amount maybe, let's say, 2,000 rupees per year. But if you want the digital access also, then it could be 2,500 rupees per year. Yeah, okay, or maybe dollars, something like that. So just by paying about 10 or 20% extra, you are able to get the access to the digital subscription. So what we recommend all our customers is that, in addition to cataloging the physical copies, take a little bit time to catalog all the digital resource names also. Okay, if you have subscribed to Computer Science Physical Journal, they have given one, this is the URL, and this is the ID password. Share it with the users, right? So as long as the access is limited to your students, the journal provider will not have any issues, right? Because he is selling it to the librarians, and you are buying it for the library and making it available for the students. Okay, so this is pretty simple here, right? All the journals you list it over here. Okay, so now again, by the way, there is a export already provided here. Students, if they want to take an export, they can just go and take the export of this. Similar function in the periodicals also. Okay, all right. So now where were we? So Sripath was logged in. By the way, this you can, if you are, you want bigger screen, you can press Control plus. It will keep becoming bigger. Control minus will become lesser and lesser. Okay. So now we saw P, we saw the digital subscriptions. So then rest of the things, right? These are all pertaining to the book. So I'm going to skip that. I'm not going to go in much detail. By the way, this is the team in Bangalore, Easylib team, plus or minus a few members. Now, when Sripath logs in, he will be able to see one thing. If he thinks that some journals are required, what he can do is he can probably will change it to the items requested. He can go over here. I can request over here. So I want this particular journal. Okay, he can say, okay, I want a journal, and title I'll say mathematics basics, something like that. Advanced mathematics. You can put advanced mathematics over here. The author, if at all there is an author, otherwise it's an editor who is editing. I'll put test, the journal, language, English, anything. All of those he can put. That's how your volume can be nothing. So just choose the subject and all that thing. So now add it. Okay. So now this request by the student is placed. Now when you as a librarian log in, right, you are able to see that. You can choose, okay, which of the journals are requested by the students and add it. Now, all right. So now let's go back over here to our main menu. So, so to do that, you will just click on the menu over here. So it will go into this application. So in that, there is a periodicals module. So whole periodicals module is visible over here. Now, this is what I'm showing is 6.2. In the older version, it looks like this. Okay, so this is the older version. Sujan, leave it. Okay, this is the older version over here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just zoom it. Okay, so okay, so good. All right. So can you all confirm you are seeing only this portion of the screen or everything, Srujan? Priya?
Visible.
sir,
It's the easily
it's
portion.
Okay, good. So in the older version, what you do is you just click on the periodicals over here. Srujan, can you please operate? Okay, it's opening. So now the periodical menu is opened over here, right? So all the things that you are seeing in the older version are available in the newer version. Plus, the newer version has got a lot more things in Easylib. Okay, so now sample ones if you want to see, you can see. So basically, I just wanted to give a feeling to all of you that if you are already familiar with 4.4 version of Easylib, you will find 6.2 very easy. Okay, now for the rest of the demo, I'll continue with 6.2. Okay. Now, we saw that we have so many lists of journals. Now this is where you enter the data of the journal. So I'll just go to the last one. So this is the new journal of library science and the periodical ID is so and so. Now I want to add a new one. I'll just make it. I'll say new journal of Indian medicine, something like that. Okay, I'm just adding. So it's again monthly. I can choose national. I can choose the subject, whatever I want. I can put ISSN. Okay, so I can put it. This is where that new button is going to come up, by the way. Okay, I'll choose who is the publisher, vendor, and all that. I'll simply add it. So now added it like that. So very simple. Now, if you want to see over here, the last one, right? What is that medicine? If you want to go and search here, so that title, so that it's available in the. Okay, I think Indian Journal of Medicine. So, all right, that's good. So, fine. So, once you have entered the periodical, right? So, let's, I entered some data into this new Journal of Library Science. Let's take that only. So, you enter the journal, then you want to subscribe to the different journal. Let me have some water. A minute. Good to see we have 76 people. Thank you. Going back over here. So now this is the journal, right? So now I want to add a subscription, or let's see what are the subscriptions. So now you have one subscription from 2020 January to December, right? So you just click on it. It will go in, all these details are populated over here. If you want to create a new one, again, you can just pick up one of those, and 2022 onwards, let's say I want to create a new subscription for 2022 January, add it, and this is going to be ending on 2022 December 31st, right? And here I want to give a new name, so let me make this little larger, right? So I can make it okay. So this one I'll name it as 22. I'll name it as 22. So now if you want to give the pre-termination date, the order date when you are placing the order, how many copies you can have, multiple copies also. Most of the journals you have only one copy, but Easylib provides ability to multiple copies also. So that way you can track how you have ordered 3 copies, how many have arrived and how many have not arrived. For simplicity, we'll just keep it as one. Okay. Purchase order number, whatever you want to put everything over here and then say add it here. That's it. So now you have seen that. So 2020, 21, 22. So 3 years thing is it. So now let's see here. What next you want to do? Whether the journals have come or not, right? So you go to the receivable journals. What was that journal name? The last one we went, right? So this one was where we added was Journal of Library Science 2025. Okay, so now I go here, Journal of Library Science, right? Let's see what are the journals. So there is one improvement that's requested. I should be able to put a search here and then check that. I think that's another enhancement that's coming up already. So in the meantime, I'll just go back over here and check what was that journal I was looking for. The last one, right? Let me go to this journals. New Journal of Library Science. Sorry, I was checking on the journal. New journal, right? So let me go here. I'll say new journal. New Journal of Library Science. All right, I got it. So now 2020. If I choose, in this year, these are the journal volumes and issues that are supposed to come. As they come, right, you can just go over here, mark as received. That's it. So this is received. April issue, you got it. Okay, you got this April issue. Say that and then click on this. Now it will go to the other side. Simple. And suppose by mistake you have added, you want to say that, okay, you are not getting. I think Priya is all right. So now somebody else is presenting. Preeti is presenting. So let me resume. Okay, I'm back here. So now 2020. So this one more came up. You just say another one came.
So
So fine,
presentation
you
is
just
not
add it.
visible.
It'll go that side. That's it.
Hello?
As simple as that. So suppose you got an extra volume. Okay, extra
Hello?
issue was given. So you just
Hello?
go over here and choose what is. Just say add here. You have already got it. So they have given
So presentation is not visible.
presentation not visible. Okay, so let me. Okay, Srujan, now? Okay, good. Thank
Yes,
you.
it's visible.
All right, so let me go here now. So that I have said one new one I have got, right? Let me call it as 5A, fifth volume, and issue number is 6A. Okay, something like that I'm putting. So copy number, you got only one copy. Let's say lose this issue accession number, you can put it manually or leave it blank. If there is any charge, you can mention, okay, if they have asked, okay, pay some 100 rupees and then get an additional thing you can do. If there is any discount, you can put that. So number of pages, how many or something like that. Let's say add. That's it. So now, so say the 6A got added here, right? So for my testing, I had added 1016A. Today I added 5 and 6A, something like that. Okay. It's very simple. So now if you think that he is going to, he has already given saying that, okay, usually you get 12 of them, but this year we are going to supply 2 more. Then in that say add, say receivables. And if they say that, okay, they are going to give those 2 extra issues at the end of the year, so you can choose, okay, this is the December and this date, and the rest of the thing is same, and it will simply get added over here. So if at all the supply gets delayed, you can always ask saying that, okay, this was supposed to come, it has not come, right? So very fairly simple. Then all right, so now comes how do I identify what's going to come, what's not going to come. That's the most important part. In the in a good software like in Easylib, what we have made is we have made it as easy as possible. Okay, so any good software we think that should make the user's life easier. So that's why we want to make sure that you have that facility. So I was in 2025, right? So we only added subscription. We don't know what are the volumes and issues in that. Correct. So when I go to that new Journal of Library Science, 2022, right? Nothing is there. I want to generate the receivable. I say click simply generate receivable. So this is the start date, this is the end date, this is the first issue date, and whether it's going to take 2 days, 5 days, because January 1st issue is not going to come on January 1st, right? It may take about 15 days. So I'll say 15 days. enter the number of issues in this volume. Just for testing purpose, we'll make 6. Now let's see what happens. So what is the first volume number? I'll put 120 is the first volume. Issue is number 1. Now let's put all these details over here. There's the US dollar, right? Something like the US dollar. So all of that will say generate. Now look what happens. 121. Volume number 120, issue number 1. So we put, you remember 6 of them, right? So till 6 you got 120 -1 -2 -3 till 6. Now automatically the volume changed to 121 now. Again it starts with 1 2 3 4, right? That's the beauty of Easylib software, where it thanks to all of you who have given the input, we try to make the software as user friendly as possible, right? So now this is what it is. Now if you think that, let's go further on this thing. Now again you can choose over here what's come, what's not come. Just change it. When it comes, you move it to that side. CC. Now this journal, after some time, they change the periodicity. They change it, like, let's say weekly journal they made it, like India Today, right? That's big. What was the 15 days once in 15? Now it became weekly. Okay, let me go back over here to the same periodicals. Okay, the last but one, I go here. This was monthly. I'll make it weekly. So now I'll say modified. Now journal is modified till 2022. You have got this as a monthly journal. Let's now create it for 2023. Let's see what happens. Okay, so 2022 until this is fine. So now I need to add a subscription, by the way, right? For 2023, the next one, when it became weekly. So I go here. So just for our this purpose, I'll make it as 2023 issue. 23, and it's going to start in 2023 January. Okay, so you put all those different dates and all that thing you think you will put. Let me retain remaining stuff. I'll retain as it is. I'll say add. So now look at this: January 2023 till January December 2023, right? Now let me go here. I go to this new library science. Now 2023 I choose, right? So now something I think we have left is here. Again, I can add it over here. So if something has come, I can add it. Or if I want to generate the receivables, I can go and say, let's say it's only 2 days difference. 52 volume issues are going to come. Let's say 160 is the one. So I'll say the first volume issue. I'll say US dollar, generate. Now look at this, what happened. It generate every week. Okay, first January issue, first then 10th January, 17th January. You remember this weekly thing? Now it has generated the 52 receivables over here. So until this 52. Okay, it started 1, 2, 3, 4. That way your life becomes easy, because 52 journals, you don't know what issue is going to come what, right? The software does the life easier for you. So now this was example where we took one periodical, we created a subscription for the we already reviewed, created subscription, we added some journal copies, made some of the receivables as received, we added some extra copies. Similarly, if you want to delete some of them, that's also very easy. If they say that, okay, this particular year we are not going to send something, okay, you just choose this, say delete it. That's all. It gets deleted. Simple. No longer it's going to be expected to be received like that. So now what we also did was we added, we changed the periodicity. Then we generated the receivable. So now if you see weekly receivable 1 to 52 got generated. So this is one of the most important things in Easylib. Okay, so there are quite a few others in the same screen, right? There is the subscriptions you can. I'll go to the other screens which are much simpler, and you can of course export it. So this rest of the things are in this periodicals are fairly simple because this is the most complicated part. If you think that, okay, new journal arrivals, what am I expected to get this week? Okay, 17 July to 24 July, all these things, 1024 items are expected to come, right? So like that. If I want to put, let's say 2023, right? We did it for 2023, right? 23 July 2023. Let's say again, I'll say August. In this period, what are you supposed to get? Okay, we'll have to check what is the reason why it didn't come. So basically, you are going to get the journal receivables for a certain date range. Let me just put another date and then see. Okay, so a lot more will come over here. Okay, this Journal of Library Science. So this one was a monthly one for 2020, 22. Also, you will get like that. Annual subscription generation, right? So if you, this will help you compare the previous year's receivables, or sorry, the subscriptions. I'll be able to see what all I subscribed in 2018. All of the 2018 are loaded over here. I can choose some of these things. I want to subscribe it for this year, then I can say generate receivable. The only thing is that all the other things have to be same for that particular one. Then only it works. If you have one journal coming from one vendor, another from another distributor, some is a dollar payment, another is a rupee payment. So you are much better going to this particular screen and do the generation one by one. Okay. Or otherwise, if common, then you can use this annual subscription generation thing. Now receive periodicals, right? That's fairly simple one. Here, we did the receivables. Then we wanted to check, let's say, what am I going to get this week to this week? I can just choose. So next issues, receivable for all subscriptions. Let's see here. In this date range, what is the immediate next one? Because you know what? You might have got 6 issues in that year. Something is for one of the journal, 7th issue is pending. For another one, 20th is pending. Some other one, it could be the quarterly journal, only the 2nd issue is pending, right? So like that, what the software does is what are the next receivables for each of the journal. It will exclude all the received ones and then show in the order of what's going to come next. Okay. So now if you want to see by, let's say, receivable by date and vendor, that's important, right? If I want what all is supposed to come from this particular vendor in this period, it will come here. So now let me put a larger date range. So I'll see much good data, I think. Some sample data. Okay. These are all including the Indian Journal of Mathematics that we generated in the last demonstration webinar. So you are able to see now what you can do, you can simply send a reminder to this H Wheeler saying that dear this company, these are all the things that are expected to be received from you in this period. I have not got, please send it. Okay. So I think I put some other date and then check this. All right. So received, if you want to see, you can just put the received over here and then see again what all has come in this date range. You can get that. Okay. So this is interesting, right? So received by date, and I see by date, I did not choose any vendor today only because so many I did received, not received, moved back and forth, New Journal of Library Science, so many of them over here, right? So all of those. Next one is summary of receivable and receivable. So some things, there are multiple screens which will help you look like the same, but whichever is you are more comfortable, you can use that portion over here. So subscription number, periodical title, weekly. Okay, 3 issues, this much worth of the amounts are received. And what is pending? This is what is pending. Okay, so you can, again, this is by date actually. So that's why it's very less is coming. If you want to say, okay, choose a larger date. So these are the things that are expected. This many issues are pending. This is the amount. So you can filter it by vendor like that. Okay. So again, you can print it. You can just say, okay, show me the Excel, and then it will give you the Excel. You can choose what all the fields that you want in this. All that, and then export, and then you can send it to the vendors for review. Okay. So by the way, this is the test data. So a lot of things that are put in, things are also getting constantly changed. So I would say this is not the most stable version that I'm showing you the demonstration. I could still go ahead and show the older one, but some of the new things will be missing over here. So it's a choice between showing the perfect but older version, but imperfect the or rather some things that are still being changed. We choose, okay, we'll show what is current most, even though it's not released. Okay, so all right. So again, today's receivable, simple one. You can just choose a range and then it will give you what all supposed to come. If you think that you have got it, just say received and not received, received, all that thing. Okay, now let's go to this periodical indexing. So here, let's do one thing. If I go to journal POCs, right? This journal TOC, for any journal, it's giving a list of all the articles in that particular journal for that year. Suppose, um, newly added journals. These are one click, one journal I click. Okay. They are showing what all are the articles in that journal, right? So now, if you have your own journal and that you want to add it, that you do it in the Easylib software itself. So what you do is you just go to um, periodical indexing, choose the periodical that whichever you think has the order article. So I'll just choose 18, page number 15. So index ID I'll put 5. This is the sample um, principles of taking samples. Okay, in journal, which journal it has come. If you want to put any, this is the keyword, I'll put the keyword. I don't have to put this full keyword. You can say, okay, data, collect data and collection can be the keyword. Like that, you add it and simply you add other fields and then press. So now when you do that, right, you can go here and all under main search. There is a article search over here. All that article, whatever you have listed, whatever you have is going to come over here. Or otherwise, let's mm, show you another screen where this is. Let's see here. Keyword journal title author. You can see. Let me put title as A and C one. Okay, this is the article. Okay, so this is the opaque article in this publisher language null. So this is all test data, whatever has been the quality of your opaque is directly proportional to the quality of the data. While entering the data, if I put null, then obviously it's going to come as a null. So there are some things, by the way, there is one enhancement that we are working on Easylib, which will help you reduce the data entry errors. So one of that was that put the ISBN and then get the title, author, publisher, or journal name, publisher, and all that, right? So that should help reduce the data entry errors and increase the quality. So now coming back over here. Periodical index and what all the journals index is already created will be listed right here itself by periodical. If you have done something, you list it over here, the data will come some 10, 20, whatever the article. This is, for journals which are already indexed by somebody else, this may not be important, but so I think that it's important that for your own journals, you do the indexing. Okay. Now, what is this Cardex means? Cardex is basically you can choose for this year which of the journals have come. Okay. So let's say in 2016, what all has come. Okay. 2016, University Press, and we got the issues in March, second week, third week, fourth, fifth week, then April, then two. These are missing, and what has come. So this is a graphical representation of what is there in the receipts, what has come, what has not come. If you think that, okay, this periodical Cardex, right, it should be visible in the opaque, you just go here and then put another request saying that, okay, I need this enhancement. But again, Easylib is, we take this as a constantly improving software. So there is a never shortage of ideas. So link Cardex okay, to a periodical search, you can put that. So there is a monthly Cardex similar to that. It's very similar to that calculus in journal. What all I have got, and this one, there's another report over here. I'll probably skip that. There's a new one that we are working on. Subscription search. You can you remember we did a search on that particular periodical, right? So we took one periodical, added 2020, 21, 22. the subscription. If you want to search a lot of these things, you can do over here. Give me the subscriptions that are beginning in this year and ending this. Okay, say search. At least one search criteria I need to put. I can put the call number. I can put the number of copies. Okay.
Hello.
Just give me one
So
copy.
presentation.
I can no
Hello.
data, I think, here.
Presentation is not
So
visible. Hello.
just say the frequency. Not visible. Okay. Is it visible now? Okay, cool. So now coming back over here, right? So subscription search, I just put a monthly and I'll say, so all the data will come over here. Okay. So this is the subscription search. I just put this monthly, and if I want again print, I can print, choose whatever fields I want, and I say export. Now this Excel came, so it's go over here. Let it come. So basically, why this export is meaningful over here is that, right? Because when you say print, some people may want these 5 fields, somebody else may want some other fields, right? So you don't know, because MCI may want some information, the college body may want something else, and somebody, some other audit body may require something. So that's what we have done is we have made it totally flexible so that you can choose what you want and then get that report. I just closed it. So this was the report. And I think I choose only 4 or 5 fields: periodical ID, title, type, periodicity, call number. If at all it is put, it will come. Otherwise, it will not come. So you may have to do some formatting like this, reduce the size, something like that. It all depends on how much length you have chosen. If you have chosen periodicity, you think that only 10 is sufficient. If you put 50, it's going to make it such larger. You just make it like this, it will be looking smaller. Okay. So all right. So where were we? We are again in the periodicals. Periodicals report we saw, right? All right. So the subscription search we saw. Then year-wise statistical report you can get. So this is in this date range. What has been? Let's go and see here. So what it tells is that 2017 you are subscribing to this. 2018, 19, but 20 you are not subscribed. How this is determined is whether you have created the receivables or not, or rather the subscription or not. If you have a lot of journals but you have not renewed, so obviously the data for all this will be blanks. Okay. So NR means you have already subscribed, you have also generated the receivable, but nothing has come. That is the not received. Yes means you have subscribed, some issues are also come, at least one of the issues has come. Blank means you have not even subscribed to that particular one. So that's the subscription year-wise statistical report. Then again, you can take a customized report similar to this. Okay, you choose a little longer, older date we can choose. You can choose one, let's say frequency, I'll choose editors or something like that. Choose this frequency. If you don't want this editor, you just go and delete it. Choose this. You'll see here. So this is a slightly different report, customized statistical search, because over the years, right, it is telling what you have subscribed and not. 2001 to 2020 I put, and what you can do is you can take this, export this, make it beautifully printed on something like 4 by 6, 4 feet by 6 feet. If you think that will help, or at least little largely visible, that you can put it at the entrance of the college. Or if you think that you can keep one computer, there is a new module in Easylib. Okay, that module is called display board kiosk management. So there, what you do is you build a display board, and whatever you want to display it there, add it over here, set to 2 seconds, 3 seconds, something like that. I'll just show you one of the sample ones. The Sports Hall of Fame. Okay, you just put this image, set to 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Now I'm just clicking it manually here. Otherwise, after 2 or 3 seconds, it will go to the next one. Okay, so first time it's now loading. Okay, now automatically change. So my hands are here, right? So uh, basically, if you put this at the entrance of the library, right, automatically the students will get to know what is in the library. First page, you can say, okay, welcome to your library. Next one, you say our collection size, what journals we have got, what periodic, what collections we have, how many CDs, DVD books you have got, what are the rules and regulations of the library, how to access OPAC, what is the URL website, how to request for a book, how to give a feedback, lot of these things, right, that you can make it available to the users. So the best example of this usage of this particular module in Easylib is the Indian Institute of Science. When you go to the IISc, you can see it at the entrance itself. So beautifully made presentations, one after another one. Something like 30 slides will come. Absolutely fantastic. I would recommend a lot of you to visit if you can. Okay, that's running on Easylib, this particular module alone. Now, and I'm happy that at least 10 other clients have got this. So one of them is, I think, Sikkim Manipal University. There, we built up something like 20 or 30 slides. It was displaying, and it was right at the time NAC was coming. I think that definitely helped, showcase what's in the library. Okay. Now coming back over here, right, we saw this customized statistical report. All serials. This is another representation of this. Okay, so this is the periodical name, subscription name, start date, end date, what all you have got, what all you have not got, all those things. So probably I will open one ticket to delete this junk data that we have been creating during the, this is our testing environment. It's a lot of times we keep on creating. So that's why this null. So we'll take that as an action item. Okay. Srujan, if you can note. All right. So this Cardex system is another representation of the weekly and monthly Cardex. So again, this makes it much more advanced because that you had a weekly Cardex, monthly. So then this was not in the previous version, 4.4 version, right? That did not have it. It will give Cardex only for weekly and monthly. So this new Cardex of this one helps you take whatever, automate if you want it'll come like this. There's a different representation. So 15 16 volume, you got this, the January thing. So we want another one, it comes like this. So 2012 19 volume, one issue, and then February 2 issues where this is the issue number 2, issue number 3 did not come, 4 is there, 5 is there. So it's a more dynamic one. It's one screen that can help you see the periodicals received no matter what is the periodicity on one screen. Okay, this is a new edition in 6.2. So this is the expiry reminder, right? If you want to see, okay, what all journal are expiring end of this year. So if you want, you can just go and see here. So these two journals, right? We have subscribed to this one. So again, we created the subscription from date to date. So this is something, I think it's taking that there is a certain logic why there is an order date. Okay, based on that, it's getting that. So subscription report, this is another representation. I just want to see the records by just simply the dates. I can see by department. If I want to see, I can see what all this department, how many subscriptions, what is the total amount you have spent for your department. Want to see by source. Okay, so let me put a larger amount of data here. This is by source, AICT, gift, donation, how many journals you got it. If you want to see by subject, you can see by journal, what different subject, how much you are spending. So because a lot of times, right, NAC would want this report. Give me immediately, okay, how much you are spending on journals for between this period, how much you spent, or how much you spent in 2017, 18, and 19. Give me separate reports. No issues. You just go here, change this to January 2017 to January 2000, December 2017, that date, and then generate it. That's it. Immediately the report will come. Very simple. Okay, that is the date. So the next one is a billing report. So this is another one, because you're a lot of vendors, right? So how much you have to pay per month, so that you can say, okay, this month for this vendor, how much I have to pay, all that it will come over here, that report. You can issue a check and then send this. So, this is such a big module and so much of data, right? So you want to really become familiar, you should have a hands-on experience. So what definitely those of you want to try, request us. We'll be able to create a trial ID for you. And then one more thing that we are doing now is that because we have already invested so much on the server, okay, so we do have two large server, each with something like 16 core, right, and 64 GB RAM, something like 4 terabytes of space, huge amount of installations it can support. So what we are telling our clients is that if you're already using 4.4, you want to upgrade it to 6.2, just let us know. We'll upgrade it, put it on our server for about 2 months, use it. If you're happy, place the order. If you want some more time, fine. Otherwise, you want to continue to use the old one, use it. That's no issues. Okay. So one beauty of Easylib 6.2 is that the upgrade is very smooth. The data that you have it in 4.4, 100%, comma to comma. Okay. Everything, whatever you add, it will come in 6.2. Okay. Plus lot more other features that you can see in 6.2. So definitely let us know. We'll be able to happy to create an installation for you. But of course, will have a time period, because within that time period, you got to decide. So what I would suggest is, as you start the trial, you also be prepared to tell whether you want to place the order, um, or it's going to take time. If for some reason the budget is not approved, but you still want to see the Easylib 62, you just request it. We'll create a demo ID for you. It's very simple. Demo.easylib.net. We'll have a separate ID password. Go ahead and feel free to use full application. No issues at all. Okay. So let me go back here. Okay. So this was what I saw, periodical billing report, right? See the list of journal subscribe. These are all part of the OPAC itself. Already all of these are in OPAC. Okay. So search by journal article that we saw. Okay. So if you want to see OPAC, maybe some improvements are required here, because it's expecting that I should say simply list all. It's not there. So probably that should be improved. So I'll say OPAC. Now searching in the OPAC related, what all articles are there, it's coming. I think Dr. Vishala Madam has asked how to create a article index. So just go to this article index screen, periodical indexing, just add it here. That's all, very simple. One more improvement we have come up with, thanks to, I think, a librarian who requested that. So they have done a lot of indexing. So we are going to add on import feature here. Okay. So I don't see the import feature here, but right now we are going to provide it in the backend. But definitely as required here. I think that ticket is already there. Otherwise, you can just go here. We need a import feature over here. So if it's a bug, we'll guarantee that it will be fixed. If it's a production issue, definitely it will be fixed. But if it is an enhancement, it may take some time, because we have to allocate the resources to do the analysis, make sure that something else is not getting affected, all of that. So it may have some lead time. And as long as the periodical, or as long as the enhancements are requested by other clients also, beneficial to everybody, we try to provide complimentary, but it's not a guarantee. If you think some complex things, we definitely have to charge. But I can tell you, whatever investment you put on Easylib software, definitely it's going to help you improve your own efficiency, as well as do the job much faster, better, have more lot of features, and so on. Okay, I think we pretty much covered all these things. So there is the whole thing that's newly coming up is the digital library, because a lot of journals right now, earlier they used to subscribe only to physical journals. Now some of the organizations have even stopped the physical journal, gone only electronic. Okay, so that's why in the digital library module, right, we have enhanced the digital subscriptions over here. It gives, similar to the physical one, it gives a complete control on what you have subscribed, when you have to pay the amount, what is the URL, making it available onto the students. So a lot of these, except that receive um, the generate receivables, right, pretty much everything will be there in the digital copies also. Okay, so again, there is also in URL indexing is available. Okay, so let me go back to the PPT. So I want to make sure I have covered everything over here. Let's see here. So I covered types of journals, Journal table of contents, sources we covered. Periodicals demo. So newspaper is similar to this. So what you do is, instead of saying that monthly, weekly, right, you just say daily, then automatically it becomes a newspaper. College newsletter is another one. What we suggest is that you go create a new periodical, you say that publisher is your own college. Okay, so then this last one, right, there's articles published by your faculty. So if you have the full journal, you index that journal, you add that journal and then index it over there. Or otherwise, there is a new feature in this version here. Good to see we have 83 people. So okay, so L stands for your own publications. You can add all of your publications here. Suppose you don't have a copy of that journal, and the publisher is not ready to provide the full copy at all. They have given only URL. What you do is, so rather than creating a subscript journal, then subscription and all that, you just go here, member ID, member name, type, title, and all that you put. You say what is the public link. Okay, let me take a pause for a minute here. Okay, let me go to the questions now. I think we are almost all right. So what is the time now? It's 3:12. So just 2-3 minutes. I'll just review once again, then I'll go to the questions. By the way, do keep adding the questions. We'll cover all of the questions, even if it takes a little longer. No issue. As long as you're ready to stay, we will stay. So what you do is, articles published by your faculty, right? If you don't have the journal subscription, you just go to this own publications module within Easylib. Okay, this is Mr. Sripad. So I'll go here, my menu, own publications. Here you just go. Lot more things are going to come up here. One additional thing, there is a publications review, approval process, all that is there. So you just go here, you say who published this article, and whether it's a journal article, whether it's an audio book, whether he has published, whatever he has published, you add that, the date, testing, adding, testing, all of that, you say save it here. It's now added. So now I just linked Google over here, right? So let me put whether the Google or I have to put HTTP. Let me review that. So anyway, I click on L. I see all the things over here. So if the one that I put, Google also will be there. So the testing thing, I think I put somewhere. Yeah, testing, right? Just click, the Google will open. That's all. You put the real one. So now you see here that somewhere it went to that 49, right? It's also tracks which of your articles are used how much. So there was a question on that. Let me go to that. In Easylib, you can also track who is using the OPAC how much. If you go in out, so there is a OPAC in out. It tells who has been logging in at what time, who has logged out. By the way, all the 724, 746, these are all right. So all of the attendees of this period, this every webinar will get a certificate, and that certificate is uploaded to Easylib software itself. So what you can do is, you can just simply go to demo.easylib.net. Here, Mr. Sripad, instead of Sripad, I'll log in here. So I'll take the liberty to, not sure who is it, but anyway, let me go there. So okay, so it's Chrome. Okay, so now Sripad, I'll log out. I remember that password, so I just put it here. Sorry, whoever it is. Okay, so again, you can go here to download the certificate. You go to My Documents. All your thank you, Mr. Vivek, who has attended so many webinars. For every webinar, the certificate is uploaded like this. Okay, so you can download it. So let me log out. Log in back. Now that the other thing was, so here you came to know who has been using the application what time, right? So if you see here, right, just now I logged in again back as repass. So my entry there, I have not yet logged out. I just logged in as this one just now, logged out. So many minutes here. I did not go anywhere. That's why this is nothing is there. But when I log in as a library user, it also tracks which of the modules that I'm going. Now, the other one is which of the journals I'm accessing, right? So for that, this is in the library usage. So, oh, sorry, I should go into the OPAC setup. My mistake. OPAC in the OPAC itself, usage, I get OPAC search report. This tells what is being searched in the library. Okay, somebody searched in the document and they got 10 results. So somebody searched on Barada K, they did not get any results, and the user is so and so person. So as a librarian, I want to make sure that all my users get what they want, right? That's what Dr. Ranganathan says. Every user, his or her book. So I am seeing that 73084, whoever is the person, he tried to search on this one, he did not get it. So now I can go and check, okay, what were you looking for? How can I help? Is there any article that you require? All that thing you can provide. Okay, so I think Priya, could you call this gentleman and help? Okay, so he did not get, probably he was searching for a certificate, I think here. Okay, so all right, so that's the OPAC search report, right? Then the next one is access partner libraries, the journals. Okay, this is on the, if you see, we have got this whole bunch of if I go here, all right, partner libraries here, the useful links, all of these. If you have added some of the journals here, you will be able to get which journal is being used at what time and all that. Okay, so this member, this journal, he logged in at this time, this time, this time. So the journal subscriptions, again, you get a track of, okay, which URL accessed at what time and all that thing. So there's something that we'll have to, some other new one is getting developed, I think, here. So, okay, somebody had put a question whether it's accessible. The answer is yes, definitely you can track which journal is being accessed. You can also get a report of, okay, how many times it was accessed in the year. So probably it's not loaded here. It's still, I think, yet to be put into the demo. Okay. Let me go back here. Articles we covered. We covered this one. We covered all these. We covered. Journal indexing we covered these things, then we went to the demo. Okay, open to the questions, so feel free to ask the questions. Thank you. Yes,
Hello.
Priya. Yes.
There are questions in the chat section. Shall I read out?
Yes, please.
How to generate barcode for periodicals?
Okay, very good question. Okay, so that barcode for the periodicals is what we have is in the newer version, there is a barcode, this one over here. Not here. So that's in this, that particular one item has still remained in the older version. So you would need to go here. Let me go to the AnyDesk here. So there is a somewhere periodical. There is a screen that can tell you how to print the barcode. Basically, what was happening was that we are facing issues in integrating the newer version with the Zebra printer. So the Zebra printer is that one which you printed on the um, this 2x2 labels, right? For that, what we are doing is we are giving a small additional software which is deployed on your machine. Through that, you can print. The only catch is that need to be connected to your database. So as of now, if you want to print the barcode for the periodicals, you would open the TXE, put the accession number, and then print it. That is the best method right now. I wish I could, we could do it much better, and then so definitely just directly here itself in the um, in the periodicals itself. If I give a button as periodic print it should print it. That's our wish also, but there is a little bit technical challenge on that. By the way, those who go with the newer software, we also give that piece which will deploy on your machine if you already have that barcode printer. Okay. Yeah, Priya, next one.
So next question is by Vishala ma'am. Where to enter the details of back volumes of the periodicals and journals?
Okay, back volume. Oh, that's a wonderful thing. Okay, that I did not add it. I should have added here. What you would do is, for those periodicals you want to create the back volume, you just go to this cataloging screen, non-book extension register, create, let me close this. Okay, so here there are different ones, right? One of them will be back volumes, bound volume. Already, okay, nothing is there, so it's not come over here. So if I want, it's added, let's say this is, suppose this is a back volume, Malegalalli Madungalu, something like that. Okay, so you add the back volume, you put the ISBN of the journal. Here you mention what is the range of the issues here, issue and volume. You just put it here. So you say 1 to 10, 1 to 12, issue number 101, and that is the journal name. You just mention here. That's all, simple. Okay. But one thing that you still need to do is you need to mention where that journal has gone, right? Because it's no longer in the individual issues. So here in the non-book material, you go and that particular bound volume 1 to 12 issues, you created an entry here. You also go to the periodicals. Okay, so there for every received periodical, you have got a accession number. Let me go to our what is that, new Journal of Library Science, right? So this particular one, the last column is what is the loose issue accession number. If you see 20025 NJLS021, this is the this one. This is the loose issue accession number. What you have got here. So if you want, you can for that you can modify it as a B for the bound volume, or otherwise here itself you put that particular that bound volume -1, -2, -3. You can put it. Yes, Priya. Next one. So hopefully it answered the question.
Do we get the usage statistics of the periodicals and journals? Hello?
Um,
So can
okay.
you hear?
Yes, I'll answer that question. So usage statistics, right? Again, as I explained, so the just go over here. Here, you just have to add that as a digital subscription, then you get that. Okay. So alternatively, in the circulation module, there is a ability to issue the periodicals as well. Periodical loose issue circulation. Okay, that you put that periodical loose issue and issue to the particular person. So we can do that also here. Just go periodical. Okay, maybe this is the loose issue, right? I just go here. This is what he wants to borrow. Just go to the periodical loose issue. Just put it here. Okay, air conditioned refrigerant bi-monthly National Journal volume issue that came up. You want to issue to so and so person. And that's it. The periodical got issued. So now, if you want to see who all have been issuing periodicals, you can go into the periodical reports, the customized report in the periodical. There you put the type as a periodical type, and then you get that. Okay. So we'll item type. Is it here? Item type. Okay, that's let's see whether the periodical. Okay, let it refresh. Okay, so yeah, you will get that report anyway. It'll simply tell you which of the periodicals are borrowed. Okay. Let me basically why this is this blue ball is coming up is we have used a new method called denormalization method, which will go and then merges some 10 tables, build the large amount of data. From there, it gives that report here. So probably periodical lose issue. I should put that. So not sure why there's something else I need to do. Yeah, Priya, go ahead.
What about the entry of newspaper details as well as the other college magazines, sir? Hello? Hello?
Go ahead, Priya. Next one.
What about the entry of newspaper details as well as other college magazines?
Sorry, I had muted.
What about the entry of newspaper details as well as other college magazines?
Okay. So what you do is just simply go to the periodicals list. It's just like no matter where it is published from, it's just like any other periodical. So what you do is you just simply go to the periodical module, and here when you create this, instead of using the fortnightly, you just choose a daily. That's all, and rest is all same. Okay, even for other colleges, whatever you have got, right? If you have got only one copy from another college, it is not going to be published again. Then you are probably better off cataloging it as a book itself directly. And if you are going to get it regularly every year, so you just create a other college periodical copy. Okay, XYZ college, something like that. XYZ college journal, and then add it, and then add the received copy. Okay, go ahead, Priya. Next one.
So next question is how to import the new arrivals of physical books.
How to
Import the new arrivals of physical books.
Okay, so this is slightly off the topic today, but I'll just anyway cover briefly. So in the catalog and accessioning, there is a import facility. Catalog data import. You just click on this. You choose the file where the data is residing. Okay, then it will help you map those different columns. Suppose easily provides the ability to enter all these different columns, some 30-40 of them. But if you have got only the, let's say, title, author, subject, accession number, department, and all that, you map it and say import the data. It will import you into the catalog directly. This part we will cover in another module, cataloging. But even there also, it may not be fully sufficient to try it out. Probably we can have a separate module, separate webinar only for data import in Easylib. Okay, Priya.
Someone has suggested like in software Cardex system is available.
The answer is yes. Card is available. Cardex is available. Just go here and then we saw that, right? Weekly Cardex, monthly Cardex. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. Next one. Priya.
So JGMC library, as per your demo, we cannot print barcode labels for zero printer.
I know. So that's a major technical glitch we have right now. Probably that's one of the things that has taken a long time. So right now, until we come up with a solution, we have to use the exe. And by the way, the exe has been modified to give a lot more ability. So, Mr. Dattatreya, we will happy to deploy that newer version. Um, Priya, can you just note it down? We will create a ticket and then help them. Or you can create a ticket, just say deploy newer barcode exe. That's all. Next, Priya.
And that's it. So they said like if you put dimensions of the label, we can get in the newer version.
If you get what?
If you put dimensions of the label, can we get in this new version?
So to some extent, we have already provided that. So here, if you go to barcode and ID cards, generate. Sorry, not this one. Barcode generation. Sorry. You just choose the different label size. I'm choosing the 10 by 4, 12 by 4. I'll say test library. Only thing is that this right now it's for the books. So maybe what we can do is this itself we can change it to give ability to print the loose issues as well, because that printing it on the other one on the zebra is taking time. So we'll just simply add periodicals here itself. Go ahead, Priya. Next one.
So that's it, sir. Questions.
Okay, fine. So just on the size, a little bit going deeper, right? This is the 12 by 4. Now, if I want 13 by 5, now look, it came like this. So it's too much clutter. So I'm going to remove this call number here. Let's see. A lot more clear. So if you want, you can come up with your own barcode size. And there is a good method actually. So you can change the left margin, right margin, size of the barcode. If you have a very large barcode label of only 2 or 3 per page, you can do that as well. I'll show you one. That we can use it in generating ID cards. So this is all generated in Easylib itself. So suppose this is wrong and you don't want this over here, it allows you to remove that as well. Yeah, Priya.
So what are the size barcode needed minimum?
Barcode size is there are two kinds of barcode things you get. One is let me pick up this. This one, what you are seeing here is a Zebra printer compatible. Okay, I just want to tell you that this is so high on our priorities. That's why I got it at my desk. So we are trying to see how we can make it printable from web application itself. Okay, otherwise, this is the one size, 25 mm by 50 mm. And the other one is what you print in a A4 size itself. Okay, go ahead. Next one, Priya.
So that's it, sir.
Okay, fine. Let me see.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, Vishal is speaking here. Sir, is there any provision for us to upload the full text of an article of our faculty members?
Full text of the articles, yes, it's
yes.
possible. I'll show you how to do that. So what you would want to do is
should we upload to our Google Drive?
In digital library.
Okay.
Full text article is a entry form. Here you choose what is the article. So we can put it as the article published by our faculty. So ebook type, what I'll do is I'll add a new one. Faculty publications, I'll say added now. Now I'll just go here. Last. So now I can choose this is the faculty publication. What is the department? All that. Then I choose the file. Okay, let
Yes,
me
sir.
choose.
Yes, understood. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I think there is one
Likewise,
sample
again,
certificate. I'll upload it here.
yes, sir.
Yeah. See, now I'll say
Even
add.
thesis, dissertation, everything we can upload, I think, no, sir? Here only.
Exactly. So
Okay.
now this
Yes.
is already there. No?
Instead of institutional repository, we can develop our own
Definitely.
data in this software, I feel.
Correct. So now I just
Yes.
added this by title testing.
Yes.
So I can go here, ebook types. There is a faculty publication. I click on this. All your faculty publications are there. I just open this. This what it is.
Beautiful. Yeah. Wonderful.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Just on the same lines, there is if you want to provide only that publisher's link, you can provide that also here instead of
Yes, sir.
uploading. In
Understood.
case that's
Yeah. We
the
can
very
leave the
large
link.
one. Like a video, if you have got, you can upload the video, but uploading the video on this Easylib is one option, or otherwise if there is a YouTube link or a Vimeo link, you just give that whole link in the here itself. I'll just go again, digital library,
Yes.
ebook entry form. The 1001 was the one thing that I checked. This was the one. And suppose there is a YouTube material in suppose this is your published, this is your I just copy this and I'll add it over here. If there is a password and all that, you can put modify. So now I am modified. So now I go ebook by type. I can just simply go here and search also on the testing. It will come. Or I can go by ebook types. Okay, testing. So now this is the download copy that will open. If otherwise, this is the YouTube video link.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me go to the home page to see if there are other people who have questions.
So what is the present version of journals?
Present version of journals. Huh? Can you elaborate that? Because we have been giving Easylib version as 6.2, 6.2a, 2b, 2c like that. Now it's what is running is 6.4a R07. But that will be a little confusing. So we just call it a 6.4a. So the journal module is also part of the Easylib Web 6.4a. Maybe I'll go to the question and then see. Where is the question?
It is at the last. So.
Okay, so let me read out. Raghavendra Arki, thank you. Please send your presentation to our college and demo. Okay, fine. We'll do that, Mr. Raghavendra. It's from Nutan Vidyalaya Kalburgi, I guess. What is the present version of the journals? Yeah, that is the same 6.4. Yeah. How to enter staff details in the software. Okay, again, this is what you would want to do is go here. There is a secure. Okay, when you ask the staff, right, there are two types of staffs. One is the library staff, other one is the college teaching staff. When it is library software, what you do is you just go here, say in the security module, add new user and then add that. Okay, so suppose your name is, let's say, Praveen. Okay, so Praveen B. Praveen Biradar. Okay, and you choose, okay, he's a library staff member. Okay, and what is the access level he or he has got? What is the access? Are you going to have access to the only the circulation portion or the regular full library portion? Whatever, all that thing, choose it. So let's say I'll give the librarian access. To put one password. Okay. For this organization or contact ID, you would need to reach us. This basically is given to the clients based on what's in our CRM system. So that part gives you ability to click on the support and it will open that this page. Okay, so it says here now Praveen is there. So now Praveen be right. I'll log out. Praveen B wants to log in. I mean, I can share this password separately. Oh, what did I do? What password I entered? Oh no, something I think I did a mistake. So all right. Okay, Mr. Praveen is now logged in. So all the transactions that he logs in and does, right, it's all tracked under Praveen. So if you want to see, okay, one of your staff, how long he has been using the software, let's say what time he coming to office and logging in, right? Very easy. It's just go here. Sorry, it's in the this one. In and out. Okay, Praveen B. Still logged in, not logged out. Right. Okay, now as far as the regular teaching staff is concerned, you just add them as a library, as a teaching staff members, member entry screen. You just choose them as whatever profile you want to give them as. Let's say assistant professor, first assistant professor comes over here. One more, let's say this is the last one, TX2019. So if you want to put something like that, 10. Let's take Mr. Praveen himself. Active. So I'll say this one is automatically the initial password is this member ID itself. You can change it. All that thing. So now add it, and you can upload his photograph. Add it. So now Praveen is a part of the assistant professors group. If you go and see if some, Praveen forgets his ID, he can just go here, just you as a library staff will go and tell Mr. Praveen that, okay, this is your user ID password. Praveen, this is another Bankapur. There is another Praveen, I think. Okay. Anyway, so you can get it over itself as a users. Enter staff details, right? Again, the same page wherever we created that user ID, right? There itself, you put a lot of details related to the staff. There is one new thing is for each of the library student or a member, you have the ability to attach the documents. Okay, so that attach the documents comes over here. So member documents, all this is what we have been doing actually. So all the certificates we are uploading it here so that you can download it from here. What is the size of the barcode needed minimum? Anyway, that's explained. The feedback link, okay. Please give the feedback bit.ly FB web PR, because this is somebody else is sharing. Huh? Okay. Please give the feedback because this is important. It will help you get the certificate because we don't know who has attended if there is no certificate. No, there is no feedback. Okay, I covered most of it. Vishala madam had a question, so that's answered. Thank you, madam. All right, we are at 3:47 now. Already about nearly 20 minutes beyond the planned time.